Hi guys! I'm back with another tutorial that I figured out. I'm gonna be covering the drop part of this pendant rather than the toppers. I made this one based on a Sidonia's handmade jewelry. She did this topper, or did this component. It's gorgeous. I used a 16mm Volcano Rivoli, and I encased it just the way she did. Maybe a little different. I don't think I used as many bicones. But anyway, it makes the Rivoli into a square unit, and it makes it a lot easier to, she made a ring, I think, with hers. But anyway, for me, they look fabulous as a way of connecting the drop to the chain. They just add a little bit of interest. This one I made with the triangular 2-hole beads, just kind of for fun. It's pretty easy. If you can do the bezel part, which I will cover, then you can make this. It's not hard. Anyway, today I'm going to be using a piece of dyed howlite, which is basically the same size teardrop as the other two here. And my topper is going to be the square Pacific blue opal component thing that I made in my last video. So that's how it's gonna look. It'll be bezeled in, and this will be the top, and I will put it on a chain, and it'll be really, really cute. Anyway, that's what we're doing. I hope you like it, and I'm looking forward to showing you. So I will get my beads together, and we'll get started. Okay, so I've threaded my needle. I've got some crystal fireline on it. And for my bezel, I'll show you on this one. Come on, please. It's the triangular beads with a bicone, 4mm bicone in between. And you'll see it nicely on this one. I used the black ones on both of them. And then for the top, we used just seed beads, 11 O seed beads, and some tension on it. And I like this back. It's a nice net that is secure and looks pretty. This one's nice too, but it took a lot longer to do. So I like this one better. So we'll be doing that one. Anyway, my beads of choice are these purple triangle beads. And I'm going to use, you don't need delicas for this project if you don't want to. You can use them. They're kind of optional. I might use some on the back, but I might not. I haven't decided. Anyway, I'm going to be using these beads, and I'm going to have to order more of because they are beautiful. They are size 11 aqua with a light jonquil inside color. So they have a bit like a tinge of yellow to them, although it's virtually invisible. And I bought 20 grams, and I'm almost through them because they are so pretty. And for my bicones, I decided to keep it kind of a light pinky purple. I'm going to use Violet Opal AAB 4mm. These are really nice too. See, once you get them out of the bag, they're just like, they're so nice. So nice. Okay. Now, to begin, I'm going to, where's a stop bead? I think I'm going to do a stop bead on this because it might just be the easier thing to do. So let's use that. It's been a while since I made this bezel, but I will figure it out. So leave yourself a bit of a tail because they're handy. Go through your stop bead. I'm going to go twice. Like this. Alright, so we don't need this right now. And what I'm going to do is push these out the way. I'm going to pick up one of my triangles. See, what kind of is a bit of a mind boggler on this one is that the holes are vertical instead of horizontal, so it makes it a little different. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up one of my 11s and, oh my gosh. Pick up 111 and go back down through the hole. That'll be your little stopper. Okay, now we have 3 that we need, and the 3 beads go under your triangle. There we go. Underneath, only because it makes it look prettier and it will help us with the weaving on the back. So now we are going to drop everything. Oh yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so I've got this. I'm going to pick up an 11, a 4mm, and an 11, and a triangle. Now for your triangles, make sure you're picking them up in the correct direction. So go through this way, down, okay? Because if you don't, then you're going to have orientation problems. So you'll see what I mean in a moment. Okay. Now, make sure that your holes are like that, or vertical. Okay, and then we pick up another 3 beads and go back through the hole. Ignore the bead on this one and go back up through this hole. I hope you can see. Whoops. There we go. So go back up like that, okay? Pull. And we have a unit. So now what we're going to do is go through our 11 and our bicone and an 11, come on. Okay, pull. It's a nice way to reinforce things. And then we go down. Boom. All right, now we have a unit, okay? So now you need 3 more of your 11s. One 11, a 4mm, an 11, and again, make sure your triangle has holes facing the correct direction. They need to be like this. Okay, and you're going to go down through like that. And pick up 3. And we go back through this hole of our second triangle. Pull. And now we go through the seed bead, the 4mm, the seed bead. If you can go down through your triangle all in one pass, you're rocking it. But I can't do that. Alright, go down through like so. Alrighty? That's what you do. And what's nice about this bezel is that it's solid, but it's flexible. And that's why we can go around a teardrop shape so nicely. So, I'm going to go ahead and show you again, just so that we're comfy. So pick up 3 beads, go through your triangle, then we pick up 1, and then a 4mm, and 1, and another triangle. Always check, you don't want to pick it up when there are 2 holes like that. You want to pick it up when the holes are like this. It might be backwards if you're left-handed, I don't know, but it's just something, direction of the holes of these beads is something to be conscious about. Okay, now you pick up 3 11s up through the previous triangle, and we go through 1, 2, 3 like this. And we go through back down. Okay, there you have it. So, having said that, you have to measure your particular drop and see how big it is. This one took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these units. Took 10 triangle beads. So yeah, just have a measure and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and make that amount, and I'll see you shortly. Okay, here I got, I actually needed a few more units than my other drops. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 11 units. And it looks like that's all I'm going to need. It looks like I just need to attach these 2 together. And it's going to look weird because of the triangles. It's going to be standing up. So it looks strange because usually cabs have a curve to the surface, right? But don't worry about that. That'll be okay. I took my stopper off because I don't need it anymore. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up 1 of my 11s, 1 of my 4mm, and I'm going to go through the 11 on this side, the very first 11 we put on. We're going to pull and then go down through the very first triangle. You'll see your tail. Go through there, and then we need 3 11s. And then we go back up through our last triangle, like that, and go through one more time, just to make sure that everything is copacetic. Okay. Boom. Okay. Now we'll have a peek and see. Yep. I'll back up a bit. I always try and get the point of my teardrop where there's a bicone, and the reason for that is because where there's a bicone, there's an opening. See how there are gaps here and here? That makes for more flexibility, obviously. If you've got a point running up against a wall, one of the triangles, then it's not going to want to sit as nicely. So, I mean, it just makes sense. I'm sure that you know that, but I should just say it just because if you're having trouble fitting it, that's probably one of the reasons. Okay, boom. So we have a ring. So I'm gonna put away my goodies, my triangles and my bicones, because I don't need them anymore. And I'll be back. Alrighty, so I put away all my fancy beads, and now I just have my 11-0s that I've been using so far, and I've dumped out some opaque turquoise 15s, just in case I need them. Alright, so that's not going to fit at the moment, because it's just a ring. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 3 11s. Alright, make sure you're coming out of an 11. That's by your bicone, okay? Like this. 3 beads. 1, 2, 3. And then we go through the 11 right on the other side of the bicone. Poof. Okay? Now we have a little cover for our bicone. 1, 2, 3. And we go over the triangle and through the 11 on the other side. Now they're going to be a little bit unruly right now, but then we'll fix it. Just need to get these on there. So that's all you gotta do, is just be coming out of one of the existing 11s, add 3, and go through the next 11 that you see. All the way around. And then step up on your last round, or on your last stitch. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm on to my last stitch now. So what I am going to do is I have 3 beads on my needle. I'm going to go through the first 11 and up through to the third one, which is the middle, okay? Alright. Now, we can put something of a different color in there if we want to. I hadn't thought that far ahead, but we could. Just for the sake of it, I have some gorgeous purple beads. Plum crazy. Why not add some purple? Yeah! Woo! Purple. I like the neon. It's awesome. Okay. That way it's easier for you guys to see what I'm doing, and it just looks cool. So, grab your secondary color or just the same 11s, whatever. And then we go through the next third bead. Okay. Another one. We go through. So if you need to count, because sometimes it gets a little jumbly, you just count 1, 2, 3. I know I have to do that sometimes because I'm just like, where the heck is the middle? That's how you do it. Okay, so we pick up another one. 1, 2, 3. And then pull it out of your hand if you wish. And you'll see when I pull, see how different it gets? It gets really tight. So I'm not going to pull it tight right now, so that makes it very hard to work. I'm just going to add these purples. These are cool. They're a clear bead with a purple lining, so they look rad. Oh yeah, while I'm looking at my mat, I feel like I should ask you guys, chime in on this if you want to. What is the deal with those bead on it boards that I've seen other people using in their tutorials, or just other designers like on Facebook and stuff? They all have these bead on it boards, and they just look really annoying to me. But everybody has them in all different shapes and sizes, and they're like major dollars. They're like over $100. And I'm just like, why are people buying those? Some people have told me on Facebook that they're really nice to work on, but I'm like, they look like they're hard though. They just look like a piece of wood covered in canvas. They don't look like they're anything special to me, and they look annoying. And they're like, no, they're really good. I'm like, I don't know. I like my foamy bead mat because it holds my beads in place, right? And my needle, I can stick my needle in it and leave and not lose my needle. So, I don't know. Even at wholesale cost or at cost, they're still expensive. And one of these bead mats like I have is like $1. So I'm like, why are we paying hundreds of dollars for beading surfaces? This seems like a conspiracy to grab money from artistic people. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. The only thing I could see being comfortable is they have those raised edges for like, they look like you could use them like little rests for your wrists, and that could be a good thing. I don't know. Alright, here we are around, so I'm going to add my last purple one and go through the middle bead where I started from, and the first purple. Boom. So now if I take my cab, push those out of the way, See how much tighter it is already, and I haven't even applied any tension to it, really. So, trying my darndest to keep that bicone there on the point. And if there's too much thread showing or whatever, we can always go back and add 15s. It's not a problem. Alright, here's the front. I've woven my way to the back, but I just thought I would show you the front so that you have an idea of what it looks like. And it covers the sides real well. So it's still loose. I'm gonna just put it there. Alright. So what I'm going to do is grab my needle. There we go. Move my tail out of the way. And I'm going to add five 11s. Oh, by the way, I'm coming out of the beads that we've put under here. So I'm coming out of the 3 that are on the bottom of this triangle that I'm under. Make sure you do that. And I'm going to skip the 3 beads that are here. And I'm going to go through the next ones that are under the triangle. So we're putting 5 beads over top of the bicones. That's how I think of it. 3, 4, 5. Skip the bicone, go under the triangle. 1, 2. Could only get 2 on that pass. Hang on. 3. There's 2 little humps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip the bicone, go through the 3 that are under here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 3 beads, go through the next 3. One, 2, 3, 4. Don't go all over the place. 5. Okay, so just do that, and I'll show you what to do next. Alrighty, so I've made it all the way around, and I'm coming out of the middle bead of my first group of 5 as a stepping up. Now, what we need to do is actually increase our number a bit here. What we're going to need to do is add 7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, let's have fun. Let's use the purple beads. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 11s, 1 15, and 3 11s, like this. And then I'm going to go through the 3rd bead of the next peak. Like so. Okay, So again, 1, 2, 3 11s, 1 15, and then 3 more 11s. Ow. Stab. And then through the middle, your third bead of your group of 5. Okay. You can see why you need the extra length. 1, 2, 3, 15, 1, 2, 3, 11s. Go through the next peak like that. Alright, so we go all the way around like that and step up and come out through the very first 15 of this round. And I'll see you shortly. Alrighty, so I've gone all the way around. I'm coming out through a 15, or turquoise 15. Now I'm going to add 1 11 between the 15s. So let's go. Come on. There we go. So I'm just going to go through my 15s. In this case, they're turquoise. They're all turquoise. And I'm gonna put 3. Okay, so I'm gonna put a turquoise, a plum, and a turquoise up here. Go through the 15, just so I can see my 3s nicely. Here we go. A blue, plum, and a blue. Go through your 15. Blue, plum, and blue. 15. See how it's drawing out a great big net? So that's what we'll do all the way around. Okay, so I'll be right back. Alright, so here's the back as it is right now. And just for the sake of it, I'm going to go through here and just to kind of make the pattern a little prettier, what I'm going to do is wherever there's a 15, right here, I'm going to put a plum and then just go through the next 3 from the previous round. Okay, and that way when you pull you get this turquoise plum, turquoise plum, turquoise plum instead of this other pattern. I like that. And then all we gotta do is add our bail to the top, stitch it to our topper, which is our crystal square, and do the bail thing and the chain, and it's done. So it takes a bit of practice, but it's not impossible. It took me a long time to figure out how to bezel cabs this way. and with different beads and stuff, because they're a different shape. They're not round. Most people out there that I see on YouTube are bezeling round things like rivolis and other round caps, and that's fine. You can do that. That's great. That's a great place to start when you're just learning. But I like different shaped stones, odd shaped stones, stones that are not square or triangle or anything really specific, because they're natural, so they come in all different ways, and I like to be able to set them rather than glue them down and do a faux bezel, because I don't know, I just like doing it that way. I guess I'm silly, but that's the way I feel. So this makes me feel like more of a crafts person. Alright, one more of those, and we will be good to go, my friends. Come on, needle, where are you? There you are. See, I think that finishes it off a lot nicer, but it's personal. Here's the front. See, turned out real pretty, I think. And I'm just gonna tweak this a wee bit. It's on there good. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to go around this and tie off. And I'm going to use this tail. Remember the tail from the very beginning? I like to use those. I like to use them to make the bail with, because they, well, why not? I mean, why cut it or burn it when you can use it? That's my philosophy. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll get my chain and my bail and everything together, and I'll make the beaded part of the bail, and then I'll do the rest. I'll be right back. Okay, so here's my finished bezel. Now what I'm going to do is, I've got this tail here, so what I'm going to do with it is come, how do I want to do this? Oh, I know what I'll do. I will grab 3 11s, go through, on my particular component I used 3mm bicones on the corners, so I'm just going to use those. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to go back through. Now we do the cast with a hang straight. Yeah, looks like it will. So now all you gotta do is reinforce this, make sure it's good and sturdy. And then what I like to do is take the rest of my thread that I cut off at the end of tying off back here on the drop, and then I use that at the top, and I do the same thing on the opposite corner. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Okay, so just go through. 3 times usually does the charm. Just be gentle on your crystal. You don't want to break it. That would be lame. So go through as many times as you can without breaking anything, and make sure it's solid. This is already getting pretty solid. And then go to this crystal with your new length of thread, okay? Go through this top crystal, and then we'll make a loop with beads, and then we will use a bail. We'll get our metal bail on, and that is that. So it'll be sweet. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've woven from the back. If you watched my previous video about how to make these, you'll find there's more space on the backs of these because we use 11s. The side beads here are 15s, and they're a bit snug from reinforcing because we basically set a cabochon with this. So we had to do a lot of reinforcing just like we did on the big one. So the 15s are a little bit tight, so you want to be careful. 4, 5, how about 6? So I've got 6 11s on my needle. I'm coming out this way from the bicone, and I'm going to go back through it with my loop, like that. You can do it with 15s as well. I've done that as in the past, but I thought I've used this particular color and this particular bead quite a bit in the project, so I want to keep some cohesion. And I'm just reinforcing it. So yeah, you literally just reinforce a few times. Again, being careful of that bicone. It is only 3mm. You want to be careful not to break it or your thread. And then when you're done reinforcing, if you have one, use a pinch bail. They're handy dandy little guys. Just spread the prongs apart with your pliers and just cinch it over top of this. Oh, looks like I won't even need to really worry about it. There we go. Yeah, just cinch it up, put it over top of this, and then pinch it together. And then you'll be ready to string it on whatever kind of chain you want. So I will finish mine, and I'll show you the end result. So I'll see you shortly. Well, there we have it. I did it. I pinched my bail on there and put it on a length of chain, about 18 inches. And I put it on a really cute little clasp. It's a leaf and a tendril, so it's like a toggle or an S-hook if you want. And I got these so cute little charms. Look at them. Made with love. Is that not adorable? So I had to put that on there because it's just so cute. So that is that, my friends. It wasn't that hard, was it? It looks like it was like really complicated, but it wasn't. I hope you enjoyed making it, and I will be back next time to teach you some more beading stuff. So have a good one. I will see you very soon. I hope to see you on Facebook and Instagram and all those places. So I will see you very soon. Happy beading. Don't forget, if you want to see the channel grow and thrive, hit like and subscribe. Bye.